At this moment, Luo Feng's silver armor transformed into something hideous. There were bulges in its shoulders, and blades were protruding out of his elbows. Each of his hands became 5 blades. His entire being had become a blade beast god. Pun! Pun! Clear Eye Master used both hands to ward off the attacks, causing the rocky earth below to vibrate so violently that there were cracks spreading in all directions. Clear Eye, your soul attack is impressive, but your material attack techniques are a notch lower. Luo Feng's entire being seemed to transform into a full weapon. Elbows, sharp claws, fists, knees, fingers, toes, head. It was launching attacks in a frenzied manner, causing Clear Eye Master to suffer occasional hits. Yet Clear Eye Master's godly body was strong and large, so he was still able to bear the blows. Ah! Clear Eye Master let out a begrudging roar of reluctance. Silver Wings Horde Leader! Hong! The surrounding endless, hazy cyan light spots suddenly became a great, glorious light, and countless rolling waves of cyan light moved to wrap and surround Luo Feng, trying their best to trap him. Instantly, Luo Feng, who had been moving at an insanely accelerated speed, was forced to slow down. Clear Eye Master immediately retreated as far away as he could. From afar, he looked at Luo Feng. His eyes were filled with complex emotions. A mere youngster who had cultivated for a couple of eras could force him, Clear Eye Master, to make use of his pinnacle domain-type true treasure. This was an insult. As a super great being who specialized in soul-type attacks, he would naturally have backup plans. Should any of his soul attacks fail, for instance, within the universe ocean, there were some special life forms that did not have souls, so his attacks would be futile. This was why Clear Eye Master's domain-type true treasure, Palace-type true treasure, armor, and various other defense and survival techniques were all extremely strong. However, the moment he was forced to use these, it would mean that he could not beat his opponent, and now, he was being forced by Luo Feng to go all out on the use of his domain true treasure. For such an arrogant character like Clear Eye Master, such an insult would naturally bring him to nurse a grievance. Domain true treasure? Luo Feng's eyes glimmered with the ferocity of a beast god. Then he sat down right away, cross-legged, and sneered. For being able to make you, Clear Eye Master, use your domain-type true treasure at full force, I am truly honored. Clear Eye Master, it seems like there's nothing you can do to me. How did you ward off my soul attacks? Clear Eye Master could not help asking. Make a guess. Luo Feng smiled softly. Clear Eye Master frowned. According to information sources, you have a Masha body. Could it be that your master body for battle now is your Masha body? Or could it be that you have a unique true treasure that is extremely strong in protecting and defending your soul? If it was his Masha body, then it certainly would not be afraid of any soul attack. Why should I tell you? Luo Feng shut his eyes instantly. He could not be bothered with Clear Eye Master. Clear Eye Master truly intended to escape, but Luo Feng was reluctant to reveal his Sherwu wings yet, so he did not give chase. Once Sherwu wings were revealed, there would be much trouble. The Divine Eye clan might think that Hujack's creator gave Sherwu wings to Luo Feng after obtaining it. But Hujack's creator and Primal Chaos City leader both knew that previously, Hujack's did not obtain the wings. Those who were present at the 9th level of Deep Abyss at that time were the few, including Sitting Mountain Guest and Brilliant Gold Devil God. Brilliant Gold Devil God was from the second reincarnation era. It would be highly unlikely that he would be the one to give the wings to Luo Feng. Then it would be an easy guess Sitting Mountain Guest and Luo Feng were related. Teacher Sitting Mountain Guest does not seem to want to publicize this matter, Luo Feng said to himself. If teacher did not mind, I would have made use of Sherwu Wing's ability to control time and space. Then, even if I were pitted against 5 Chaos Master, I would have no trace of fear. Luo Feng was aware that he was already different than he had been during the battle in God-destroying Valley. At that time, he had been weak in close combat, but now, he was already at the 4th tier of the top level. Compared to 5 Chaos, he only fell short in terms of godly power. When it came to the true treasures each owned, he still had a slight advantage. He had crazy demon extermination godly armor, while 5 Chaos had nothing superior to talk about. Besides, he had Sherwu wings to complement his power. When the two confronted one another in a fight, their powers would not differ much. But this Clear Eye Master, Luo Feng looked at the faraway Clear Eye Master, who wore a very displeased expression. Immediately, he shut his eyes and said to himself, "He is not enough to force me to use Sherwu wings." Humph! Clear Eye Master gave an angry snort, then transformed into a streak of light and left. When Clear Eye Master was gone, Luo Feng opened his eyes with a solemn expression. He was only trying to look as though everything was easy to him earlier on, but in fact, he had depended on the double defense of Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor and Star Tower. Clear Eye Master's power earlier on was so strong that it could exterminate a single reincarnation cycle. Luo Feng had used Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor to weaken the force, yet it was still so mighty. Like wheels in continuous rolling motion, it had been crushing and suppressing Luo Feng's soul. If he had only had an ordinary soul treasure, it would not have been able to protect him at all. Luckily, it was Star Tower. He was so strong. Normal great beings don't even have Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor or any supreme treasure. Luo Feng sighed to himself. Impressive indeed. However, it is not good to just depend on true treasures. I must sharpen and hone my willpower as soon as I can. If my willpower could reach the level of a Universe Supreme Master, warding off soul attacks might be much easier, and I will be able to obtain that pair of white wings. So, with that, Luo Feng transformed into light and flew outside. Being where he was merely trying to get a feel of what it was to sharpen and hone his willpower. Now, the first and foremost thing to do was to find his own secret space chamber. The battle was witnessed by a crowd of over 20 Universe Masters from afar, including Swallowhawk Master. Initially, everyone thought that Luo Feng would suffer a great loss, yet, unexpectedly, Clear Eye Master's techniques that allowed him to run rampant across Universe Ocean failed to work their powers on Luo Feng. He had even lost big time in close combat later on. If even his most powerful soul attack techniques failed, when it came to close combat, it was within the expectation of the numerous Universe Masters that he would still be at the losing end. What Swallowhawk Master and the other great beings found unbelievable was that Luo Feng could ward off the soul attacks so easily. Could it really be because he had a Masha body? In the endless snowy grounds of internal domain of Universe Boat, 5 Chaos Master and an Young Master were treading across the snowy grounds, not daring to fly, as the skies of this domain were extremely dangerous. Every step they took, however, allowed them to advance a distance of several hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Ha! 5 Chaos Master stopped with a frown. What is the matter? And Young Master asked right away. 5 Chaos Master's face flashed a glimmer of rage as he said in a low voice. That Luo Feng has appeared in the space of black striped stone pillars. Space of black striped stone pillars? And Young Master was happy for a moment, then immediately said, Right. From what I remember, Clear Eye is now over at the space of black striped stone pillars. At the very thought of Clear Eye, and Young Master was deeply fearful. Clear Eye had already exchanged blows with Luo Feng. 5 Chaos Master continued, shaking his head. A pity. Even Clear Eye was not Luo Feng's match. Luo Feng easily warded off his soul attacks without flinching. He could only rely on his domain-type true treasures to suppress Luo Feng so that Luo Feng could not get near enough to him to fight in close combat. What? And Young Master was in great shock. Luo Feng has several massive bodies, and this, perhaps, might be his Masha body. 5 Chaos Master guessed with a frown. I couldn't care less how he managed to ward off the soul attacks. That has nothing to do with me at all. I can totally suppress him, given my capability. What I am troubled over now is after the battle, Luo Feng left quickly with no one knowing where he is heading off to this time. Still on his way? And Young Master's eyes narrowed into a glare. Where, exactly, is this Luo Feng's final destination? Who knows? 5 Chaos Master shook his head. The space of the black striped stone pillars was vast and strange, and the 16 black striped stone pillars were endlessly tall. Ha! After half a month, I finally found my own secret space chamber. Luo Feng looked at the faraway black-tipped architecture and could not help smiling. He had already sensed something, and because it was a sensation that could only be detected well within a short distance, he had spent the past few days running around these 16 black striped stone pillars. 5 Chaos, oh 5 Chaos. Your black token has fallen in my hands. Who knows what else have you left here in this secret space chamber? So, Luo Feng transformed into a streak of light and flew off at high speed. The secret space chamber was massive. Its size was comparable to the flying gigantic rocks winding about the black striped stone pillars. When Luo Feng flew to stand before it, he felt how small he was, but when he used his hands to lightly touch the walls, he easily went through them. Ha! Luo Feng was surprised and let out a laugh. Thereafter, he took a step forward and his entire being passed through the wall of that structure to enter within. There was an individual space within the secret space chamber, towering, vast, and endless. Only the master of a black token could enter. Any other great being, regardless of whether they were a universe supreme master or not, could banish all thoughts of breaking into this space. For eternity, no other great being was able to destroy a secret space chamber. Even if it was the secret space chamber of this black token, which was at the lowest level of the secret space chambers of the three great tokens. This is huge. Luo Feng was suspended in midair as he looked down at the vast land. On the land covered by the rolling mountains, there was a part that seemed to be shaved flat. One look at the smooth rock walls, and he could see a large number of diagrams of secret engravings and transcripts. So, Luo Feng descended swiftly to land on the starting point of the countless sculptures of engravings and transcripts. On it, there were ancient writings that he was not familiar with. These were different from the writings left behind by the civilized ancient existence in the universe boat. Yet they contained a strong willpower of their own and could easily transmit information to onlookers. At Luo Feng's level, a large amount of information could be transmitted to him even through a mere piece of the painting. I am Nine Mortal Master! This black token has been here with me for countless generations. Generations of great beings have been annihilated, with only some traces that could be distinguished. This is something that I have always lamented about. So I have a thought. I hope that in the future, the successive owners of this secret space chamber could leave behind some information about themselves. At least when their end is near and they will thus be annihilated, future generations shall know of them. I have lived for almost 3 generation eras. My end is nearing. I have been waiting in silence. If I am to die, the later generations can have my treasures. Ha! It's just that, I don't know who from the later generation would have such an opportunity. I am Sparrow Spring. Senior 9 Mortal's treasures have since become my possessions, and I am thankful to Senior 9 Mortal and the seniors before him. Perhaps the secret space chamber has had many other masters before, but the information was not detailed enough, so I have proclaimed Senior 9 Mortal as its first space owner. I shall be the second, and if I am unable to avoid doomsday, then I shall leave these valuables here. These are the diagrams of secret techniques that I have comprehended. On the vast and spacious rock wall, there was a large number of sculptures. Every sculpture represented a different space master. I am Imperial Eye Master, 193rd Space Master. The previous senior did not leave anything behind. Haha! But having roamed the 3 most dangerous lands, the most annoying thing to take note of was that there were many unknown places within the 3 most dangerous grounds, and thus, many unknown dangers. So I came up with an idea. Every space master should leave a map related to his own findings of the 3 most dangerous lands. Every generation thereafter will then supplement the map with more details. And this map shall always be left here. I believe, after countless generations, this map will become more detailed and will be the greatest boon to owners of this secret space chamber. I shall leave my map about the 3 most dangerous lands here. Venturing along the smooth rock walls, Luo Feng could see the writings left behind by generations of space masters. Looking down the same eye line, there seemed to be no end. Haha! You later generations, just cry your eyes out. I will destroy everything accumulated about the 3 most dangerous lands on this map. Remember, I am Piercing Master, the 1928th Space Master. I left behind no treasure at all. Haha! The more he looked, the more transcripts he found. Further down, another Space Master left a map that sparked the transmission of a rich pool of information. There might be interruptions or intentional destructions in between, but the majority chose to transmit and hand down the recordings accumulated and collected in this map. It was a tradition. In the map, many great beings had chosen to leave their diagrams of secret techniques which they were so proud of. I think the number of space masters may have to be calculated in units of tens of thousands. Luo Feng looked on silently, as though he could see the change of space masters, generation after generation. With the passing of endless time, everything had dispersed within Universe Ocean, leaving no traces in this secret space chamber. The crag appeared boundless. Luo Feng was walking while looking at the records on it. Even if one space master only represents one universe era, it's much more than 10,000 universe eras, he thought. Besides, lots of great beings here have lived for 3 universe eras. When the old space master dies, it will take a long time for the next master to find the black keepsake. He kept reading them. Lots of great beings had left the engraving pictures of their techniques here. Apparently, they had devoted a great deal of energy to it, and they were formed by their best efforts. Even though Luo Feng had already reached the Universe Master level on the engraving path, and most of the techniques here had been left by Universe Masters, while only a few had been left by Universe Supreme Masters, he was still amazed. Techniques could be created this way. There were techniques like these? Luo Feng walked under the crag, admiring the engravings. I, Feng Buling, am the 20,293rd Space Master. There are 9 Universe Supreme Masters here in total, including me. Just like them, I'll venture in the incarnation like the previous ones. Adventuring in the incarnation is extremely dangerous. I took my chances in flowing Countless Mountain and got a piece of armor that is extremely powerful and second only to Supreme True Treasures. It's named Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor. I'll leave the armor and some pinnacle true treasures I don't need here for the juniors. As for the map of the 3 lands of extremists, I can contribute more to it. This black keepsake space, lots of great beings have contributed to bettering the map. Though dozens of them chose to destroy the map, most tried to improve it. I hope my posterity can continue improving the map. I, 5 Chaos Master, am the 20,294th Space Master. I got the valuables left by Senior Feng Guling. I feel exceedingly blessed. I'll better the map and leave behind some true treasures that I don't need. I've created lots of techniques, and the most powerful one is 5 Beasts Great Extermination. This was the end. Valuables? Luo Feng surged and flew into the sky above the mountain. He looked around. 5 Chaos left a valuable here? Luo Feng read carefully. Up! Suddenly, a silver wing showed up on Luo Feng's back. With his power trembling, driving the engravings on Shi Wu Wing, a blurry, golden light permeated. Even though the surrounding space was enormous, it was larger than the inspection area of Golden Country. He inspected the entire area with one thought. There are no valuables. Luo Feng shook his head. There is only a map in the independent space. Maybe 5 Chaos Master took all the valuables. He moved his feet and reached the apex of the mountain in the distance. There was a black crystal pillar at the apex providing a dim light. Luo Feng knew that this crystal pillar carried the map of the 3 lands of extremists. It was a combination of nearly 900 Space Masters. Each Space Master would improve the map based on what they knew. Even though 5 Chaos left his will, it has been a long time since his true death, so he didn't leave true treasures here. Luo Feng figured that 5 Chaos Master had planned to leave most of the valuables here. But now, no way. This map is extremely valuable. Luo Feng walked to the black crystal pillar, defying the blowing wind. He sent out a trace of his godly power and penetrated the pillar. 3 stereoscopic pictures showed up in his mind. They were flowing Countless Mountain, Universe Boat, and Tilted Peak Sector. Such a detailed map. Luo Feng grinned. No wonder. It's a map made by nearly 900 Space Masters. Unfortunately, dozens of Space Masters chose to destroy the map. Damn it! Otherwise, the map would have been more detailed. Jiafanzi was indeed amazing. However, the map of Universe Boat left by Jiafanzi was much more basic than the map contained in the black crystal pillar. Even though nearly 900 Space Masters had improved the map, only one of them was a Supreme Master, Feng Guling. This was why the map of the inner area was very thorough, yet the part of the center was blurry. I'll contribute my part of the map. Luo Feng immediately put it in, inserting the 3 lands of extremists into the pulling traces diagram. He stood at the apex of the mountain, holding the pulling traces diagram as he entered all the information on the map. Ha! This? Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. He held his breath and became excited. His hands shook involuntarily. Ha! 5 Chaos, you're too kind. You gave me the Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor, and you gave me the Black Keepsake. Luo Feng grinned and grew even more excited. I've been worried about how to get the valuables left by Jiafanzi. The valuables left by Jiafanzi are in the green keepsake space, which at the periphery of the core area of Universe Boat. It's extremely dangerous. Even now, I can't guarantee that I can survive there. However, you gave me the Black Keepsake, and I'd get a better map. Luo Feng was ecstatic. He could now understand why the great beings in Universe Ocean valued the map so much. It detailed all the routes in the 3 lands of extremists, and it detailed all the dangers in those areas. Its importance couldn't be overestimated. Before, he didn't dare to go get the valuables left by Jiafanzi. The map perfected by the 900 Space Masters documented most routes in the inner area, and it was much better than the one left by Jiafanzi. The green keepsake leads to the deepest part of the inner area, and it's at the periphery of the center, said Luo Feng. The deeper it gets, the more dangerous it'll be. Fortunately, the new map is very comprehensive, and there's a safer route. Even with Star Tower and the Silver Wing, he might have been trapped in some areas, and he couldn't ask Sitting Mountain guests for everything. But now that he had a more detailed map, it would be much easier. He indeed needed valuables, as he needed to repair the White Wing, and it required extremely valuable material, even a pinnacle true treasure. Those perfect 6 pairs could be combined to form a terrific true treasure better than almost all other supreme true treasures. Got the map. I'll now leave for the green keepsake space. Luo Feng nodded. All I need is for Mashabadi to sharpen his will here. There are 16 black striped stone pillars, and one of them is occupied by Blood Orchid Ancestor, so no great beings want to go there. There's another stone where Beichi Star Master stays, and many Universe Masters gather there. As for me, I can certainly choose another black striped stone pillar and practice by myself. Besides, I can't use my domain to inspect the areas around black striped stone pillars. Luo Feng smiled and flew behind the smoothest crag like a streak of light. The 20,293rd Space Master was Feng Guling. He was a Universe Supreme Master and left Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor and other valuables. The 20,294th Space Master was 5 Chaos Master. Haha. Luo Feng suddenly smiled, standing in front of the crag. He pointed his finger, and golden light pierced into the crag. He started to write. He infused his strong willpower into it, so that those who didn't know the common human language would also understand it. I, Milky Way Horde Leader, am the 20,295th Space Master. I killed the last Space Master, 5 Chaos Master, and took the Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor and the Black Keepsake. Unfortunately, I didn't give him a chance to put some true treasures here. Luo Feng waved his fingers, and the light carved the words. Suddenly it stopped. I'll finish just half for now, whispered Luo Feng. I've only lived for just over 10 eras. That's nothing compared to one whole universe era. I'll continue in the future. Ha! The Space Master before 5 Chaos Master, Feng Guling, got Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor but never used it. Then the last Space Master, 5 Chaos, got it. Yet now I have it. Interesting, interesting. Luo Feng put down his fingers, looked at those characters and exclaimed. I don't know how far I can go. Will I end up leaving my last will here, along with my regrets, after 3 universe eras? And then he smiled. Other great beings might have been sad at this thought, but he had only practiced for just over 10 eras. Nobody could predict how much he would accomplish in the future. Let us see whether I'll disappear in Universe Ocean or create a Holy Land universe and live forever. Luo Feng flew off into the distance, and he reached the end of the space immediately. He flew out of the independent space. The towering black striped stone pillar was right in front of him, piercing the mist. Beichi Star Master is around the second black striped stone pillar, and there are lots of great beings, said Luo Feng. It's quiet around pillar number 11. There are no great beings around. Luo Feng flew toward pillar number 11. After a long time, he landed on a huge rock that was spinning around it. The rock looked like a continent, and the folds on it were like canyons and mountains. Luo Feng stood in front of a canyon, and a rock appeared in his hand. It was his transformed Masha body. Luo Feng threw the rock into the canyon. Masha body can't be identified by sight, thought Luo Feng, and domain-type true treasures can't find it. He can just sharpen the willpower here. Nobody can find him. By the time my Masha body disintegrates, my willpower will have reached the level of a Universe Supreme Master. Luo Feng was looking forward to it. He flew away from the flying rock, leaving the black striped stone pillar space. From there, he flew to the deeper areas in Universe Boat. After leaving the space of the black striped stone pillars, Luo Feng continued to venture deeper within Universe Boat, where the environment was fraught with more adversity and danger. Compared to annihilation due to fights with other great beings, the naturally occurring dangers found within the 3 most dangerous lands, on the contrary, were the greatest cause of annihilation for Universe Masters. Even though some dangerous lands had been identified after many years of verification, there were occasional accidents that happened due to unforeseen circumstances. Accidents? Within the three most dangerous lands, accidents might possibly happen anytime. Roar! A dark, bluish wind raged on, sweeping through the vast space. This endless wind that contained icy frost had caused the vast space to solidify. Therefore, not a trace of ripple or wave could be detected. The degree of coldness was enough to harden and shatter godly bodies of universe masters into powder, thus annihilating them. If it was to brush across the godly body of a universe master, the other party would feel as though a knife was slicing pieces off his body. A crimson stream of light was breaking through layers of raging winds and advancing at high speed. "The deeper I get within Universe Boat, the more dangerous it gets," said Luo Feng. "There are even several places that require one to traverse with a palace-type true treasure. I believe that any beings able to make it this far are those with pinnacle palace true treasures." Luo Feng was comfortable and snug in the core control room of Star Tower as he sat on a soft, fluffy couch. The tea table before him was laid out with an exquisite tea set specially prepared for him by his wife, Su Axian. The tea leaves used were naturally of premium quality. The amber-colored tea within the teacup was piping hot, and steam could be seen. "Even if it were a universe master, or even if I am as powerful as Ice Mountain Master, I still have to stay inside Star Tower." Luo Feng held his teacup. "Along the way, I have traversed many dangerous lands where even the most common kinds of raging winds, winter cold, or flying rocks could easily destroy a top-tier palace-type true treasure. Top-tier palace true treasures were difficult to destroy even by a full-force attack of a universe supreme master. However, the natural environment within the universe boat made this possible. This was merely within the internal domain. Of course, when in the deeper region of internal domain, the space of the black striped stone pillars could actually be considered to be a boundary, meaning to say that before the space of the black striped stone pillars, the degree of danger would be considerably small, but beyond the space of the black striped pillars, the danger involved would apparently get more terrifying. This is merely the internal domain. Its natural environment had already surpassed the full force attack by a universe supreme master. If it's the core land, how terrifying would it be? Luo Feng mused to himself. Just the power of a minute ripple would have surpassed that of a universe supreme master. No wonder at the core land, even universe supreme masters with supreme true treasures might get annihilated. Luckily, I have a map. Luo Feng felt even more fortunate that he had managed to obtain the black token earlier on. The secret space chamber that the black token led to had allowed him to obtain this map left behind by generations of space masters, and it was a wealth of information. Originally, from the space of the black striped stone pillars to the space of the green token even with Star Tower, Luo Feng dared not venture there, but with this detailed map, he could choose another route that he dared tread upon. This map is extremely important. I believe my fellow members of the human race and other races would also be in urgent need of it. If every one of my fellow humans is able to own a copy of this map, I think the number of true treasures they can obtain will increase by leaps and bounds. Luo Feng nodded slightly. Then right away, his consciousness, which was located far away within the endless remote ocean of the primal universe, entered the virtual universe. Luo Feng's current body, avatar, and remote ocean body were stationed in the Milky Way galaxy on a long-term basis, where he occasionally headed for the ancestral god school's Bauhinia Island to accept inheritances. And there was also a body sustained by his godly power in the secret hidden space within the 9th level of Deep Abyss, which was kept there to comprehend the secret engravings of that place, while his Masha body remained as a rock in the space of the black striped stone pillars to sharpen and hone his willpower. There were countless life forms within the universe. So long as they were alive and capable of thoughts, they would naturally have willpower. The black striped stone pillar until today, there was no great being that could touch it because the impact of its willpower was too strong. No great being, regardless of its life form, was capable of touching it. Now, Masha body was at a vast and spacious rock. The gigantic big rock was from a different domain where time velocity varied. The entire rock was in a place where time velocity had a space interval of 3,000 to 3,120 times. Normally, Masha body would sharpen and hone its willpower. By studying diagrams of secret engravings and laws under such oppressive conditions, his efficiency was apparently much lower, probably only 1/10 of his efficiency rate under normal conditions. However, because time velocity was much faster where he was, although he was performing the same tasks of studying diagrams of secret engravings and laws, his efficiency rate was much higher than when he was in the outside world. in the virtual universe, on the summit of Thunder Island. Teacher! Luo Feng shouted as he stood amidst the chaotic airflow. From the far end of the chaotic airflow, a figure in a golden robe walked over. Luo Feng was originally smiling, but as he looked at the approaching figure, his expression started to change slightly. He could clearly see that the chaotic airflow surrounding the approaching golden-robed figure was vaguely changing. There were strange scenes of the creation of the world where all living souls were born. There were scenes of the destruction of the world, where both heaven and earth were destroyed. Various scenes unfolded, only to dissipate. Luo Feng, Primal Chaos City leader, made his way over, yet his gaze seemed faintly distant. Teacher! Luo Feng bowed with respect. Congratulations, teacher. He was no fool. Naturally, he could tell that Primal Chaos City leader had made a breakthrough. Primal Chaos City leader smiled and said, "Just a little breakthrough. I am still short of becoming a Universe Supreme Master, but this breakthrough is already enough to give me a vague sense of that level of boundaries. The roads I walked, the paths I will be moving towards are all achievable. So long as I make it past them all, I will become a Universe Supreme Master." Congratulations, teacher, Luo Feng rejoiced. I sincerely congratulate you. To become a Universe Supreme Master, the most difficult part was finding a road that no other great being had taken before. Many great beings had decided to take this road or to take an alternative road, but the road they chose might not truly be the road to the summit. It could lead to a dead end. Primal Chaos City leader was originally extremely strong. Now, with another breakthrough, he could already sense that layer of boundaries. Such a sense of reaching the final summit was extremely accurate. Who knew how much time the final crossover would take? If I am unable to cross over by the end of this reincarnation era, then for my entire lifetime, I will no longer be able to cross over. Primal Chaos City leader sighed. And Luo Feng nodded. Only the Primal Universe was able to breed Universe Supreme Masters. You are here to look for me. What is it regarding? Primal Chaos City leader asked. Happy event. Luo Feng laughed. What happy event? Primal Chaos City leader also joined in the laughter. Luo Feng did not elaborate further. He pointed right into the void space ahead of them. With a move in his mind, the chaotic airflow in their surrounding void space started to evolve into a huge vessel, a discontinued, towering mountain peak. A gigantic mountain range with overlapping mountain peaks where countless majestic waterfalls cascaded. At the same time, within the internal parts of these three, various scenes appeared, and there was abundant detailed information for every scene that emerged. A map? Primal Chaos City leader looked at Luo Feng with a look of surprise. A map of the 3 most dangerous lands? I will now send it over to you. Please take a thorough look. Luo Feng stopped the mysterious act. The map of the 3 most dangerous lands was extremely detailed and contained a large number of wordy explanations. If he were to try to make out everything on the map alone, he would never be able to succeed and finish everything within a couple of days. A moment later, upon receiving the map of the 3 most dangerous lands, Primal Chaos City leader took a thorough look and was no longer surprised, he was shocked. The map was detailed to the extent of exaggeration. It far exceeded the map of the 3 most dangerous lands that the human race had, and this level of exceeded expectations made Primal Chaos City feel a little jumpy with apprehension. How can a map be so detailed? This even the map of the 2 Holy Land universes could not hold a candle to. Primal Chaos City leader was apparently very excited. Luo Feng, where did you get this map? This is a priceless map. No one would leave it lying around, and without being powerful enough, no one would dare bring it about. Luo Feng laughed. When I was in the internal domain of Universe Boat, I got lucky and discovered a black token. After arriving at the space of the black striped stone pillars and entering the individual space of the corresponding secret space chamber of that black token, I discovered the map. Black token? Primal Chaos City leader was confused. A black token is not very precious. There are great beings being annihilated every reincarnation era, so there will always be some black tokens scattered in every corner. You being lucky enough to have chanced upon one is not surprising. But the individual space that the black token led to should be an ordinary individual space. How did it come to contain such a precious map? The story goes like this. Luo Feng sighed, then explained. In that individual space, there was a rolling mountain range, yet the rock walls of that mountain range were shaven to flat ground by a certain great being countless thousands of reincarnation eras ago, or even longer. Then he left words and diagrams of secret engravings on it. Therefore, for generations of space masters after him, one after the other, they added on to the map, making it quite rich in information. Although a handful of space masters deliberately wanted to destroy the map time and again, by the time I claimed ownership, there was still information from nearly 900 space masters on this map. That is why this map of the 3 most dangerous lands can be so detailed. Primal Chaos City Leader was speechless. Almost immediately, he laughed. Ha ha ha, the luck of our human race. Our luck. Primal Chaos City Leader laughed, nodded. True enough, it is normal for any space master who is about to face doomsday, with his entire race about to be wiped out, to want to leave behind a map. Generation after generation, this has been happening. This is what makes that individual space of this black token of yours so incomparably precious. Any generation of great being that has the chance to own it is considered lucky. Come, come, come! Quickly come along with me to meet Hugh Jax. This is a massive contribution you have made. No matter what, the race must thank you big time. Based on the detailed information on this map of the 3 most dangerous lands, our human race can easily gain more true treasures of better quality. The ability of our human race will only become stronger with the passage of time. I don't see the need for me to go, Luo Feng replied. I will pass the map to you, and you can pass it over to Hugh Jax. That's fine with me. Primal Chaos City Leader nodded. Then I will take my leave. Luo Feng left right away, disappearing from his spot. Primal Chaos City Leader watched Luo Feng disappear. In his heart, he could not resist a sigh. This disciple, Luo Feng, was indeed out of the ordinary. His capability had improved tremendously, which greatly benefited their race time and again like previously. During the rise of Teacher Origin and Hugh Jax Creator, they both accomplished various amazing feats that never failed to leave people in awe and dumbstruck. The rise of every great being was, in itself, a legend. The encounters my disciple has come across can be considered legends. It seems that in the future, he will likely be able to make a name for himself within the list of supreme beings. Primal Chaos City Leader laughed to himself. Thereafter, he made his way to meet Hugh Jax Creator. Before that simple and plain godly palace. The heavens have bestowed on us humans. The heavens have bestowed on us humans. Ha! This map of the 3 most dangerous lands. With this map, throughout the whole of Universe Ocean, there would only be a few groups of top powers that could be comparable to us humans. Hugh Jax Creator laughed heartily. Previously, after the incident on Universe Boat, I did not have many opportunities. Therefore, I have left Universe Boat and returned to Tilted Peak Sector, which is my lucky land. The map that I previously obtained after the annihilation of Yuan Ao Master was split up. I was just worrying about the incompleteness of the map. With this map to make up for the other one, I will have an easier time in Tilted Peak Sector. Primal Chaos City Leader, Hugh Jax said right away. Luo Feng has made a major contribution this time. Let us determine it as 20,000 contribution points. Alright. Primal Chaos City Leader nodded. If you work harder for further improvement, you will become part of the list of Universe Supreme Beings. Hugh Jax sighed. By then, our human race would be stronger. With your help, perhaps I can have a shot at trying to think of a way to rescue Teacher Origin. Primal Chaos City Leader nodded gently. He also knew of this. Teacher Origin had been eternally suppressed. If he wanted to regain his freedom, how difficult would that be? However, so long as power was strong, nothing was entirely impossible.